David Cassidy was born on April 12, 1950 in New York City. He was a singer and an actor. His most well-known role was on the TV show called The Partridge Family, airing from 1970 to 1974. It launched his career to the moon. Their biggest song was called I Think I Love You. They sold millions of albums. He was a teen heartthrob, but he wanted to be recognized as a real musician. He couldn't go anywhere without being mobbed by fans. He was one of the highest paid entertainers in the world with huge sellout concerts. His life was a whirlwind of giving autographs, screaming fans, TV interviews, massive concerts, and taking pictures with fans. I guess be careful what you wish for. He once said, "There will be a time when this whole thing will be over. I won't do concerts anymore. I won't wake up in the morning feeling drained, and I won't be working a punch card schedule." His merchandise brought in nearly $500 million, but he said he only received $5,000 from it. David appeared nude on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine in 1972, from the waist up of course. He wanted to shed his teen idol image and get off of the Partridge Family show. His half-brother is also a famous actor and a musician named Sean Cassidy. Actress Shirley Jones was Sean's mother. They share the same father. In 1974, a 14-year-old girl in London was crushed to death at his show. The coroner said it was an accidental death as a result of asphyxiation. It haunted him the rest of his life. His use of cocaine became out of control. He was married 3 times and had 2 kids. He was arrested for DUI 3 times. When speaking about his alcohol addiction, he said, "I did it to myself to cover up the sadness and the emptiness." On the topic of his unprecedented success, he said, "I paid a tremendous personal price. It's a very empty, isolated, lonely existence." He declared bankruptcy in 2015. He continued to tour until 2017. He died later that year from liver failure. He was 67 years old. Andy Gibb was born on March 5, 1958 in Stretford, England. His 3 older brothers were in the popular band called the Bee Gees. When he was 6 months old, his family emigrated to Australia. In 1976, he got married and moved to California. He became hooked on cocaine. They had a daughter, but they divorced in 1978. His solo album called Flowing Rivers was released in 1977 and went platinum. The song called I Just Want to Be Your Everything, written by his brother Barry, went to number 1. Joe Walsh played on a couple of songs. He became the first ever solo artist in the US to have their first 3 singles reach number 1. He started dating actress Victoria Principal in 1981. She got tired of his drug use and gave him an ultimatum. He chose drugs. He should have had a charmed life. Andy filed for bankruptcy in 1987. He died in 1988 at the age of 30. Years of drug abuse weakened his heart. He died from myocarditis, an inflammation of the heart muscle most likely caused by a virus. Ricky Nelson was born on May 8, 1940 in Teaneck, New Jersey. He was a great singer, songwriter, actor, and a musician. Life magazine was the first publication to print the phrase teen idol when they used it to describe Ricky in 1958. He grew up in an entertainment family. His parents were Ozzie and Harriet, who were popular actors and musicians. Their TV show was one of the longest-running sitcoms in television history. His older brother was also an actor. He started appearing on his parents' show at the age of 8. In 1957, he recorded his first hit song called I'm Walkin'. He had the very first number 1 song on the Billboard chart in 1958 with the song Poor Little Fool. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. He had a total of 20 top 10 songs. He was in many movies including Rio Bravo and more TV shows throughout the years. He had severe asthma. He was married once and had 5 children. His twin boys went on to form the band Nelson, and his daughter Tracy is an actress. He died in December of 1985 when the plane he was on caught fire in the air and crashed. He was 45 years old. Davy Jones was born on December 30th, 1945 in Manchester, England. He was an actor and a singer in the band called the Monkees. As a child, he appeared in 2 TV shows, but he loved horses so much that he decided he wanted to be a jockey. His trainer convinced him to try being an actor in the play Oliver. He did an amazing job. As a cast member of Oliver, he appeared on the same episode of The Ed Sullivan Show as the Beatles. He saw how wild the women were going and he thought he'd like to be a musician also. At age 19, he released a solo song called What Are We Going to Do? The Monkees were formed in 1966 as a fictional TV band. They sold a ton of albums with hit songs such as Daydream Believer, Last Train to Clarksville, Stepping Stone, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and I'm a Believer. What was your favorite song? He was also in a few TV shows including The Brady Bunch, Love American Style, My Two Dads, Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and SpongeBob SquarePants, among many others. Davey was so popular that David Bowie changed his name to avoid confusion with the more famous Davey. After the Monkees broke up, he continued touring as a solo artist, and they also got back together for tours. I got to see him in concert a few years before he passed away. He was married 3 times and had 4 children. He died in 2012 from a heart attack. He was 66 years old. Liam Payne was born on August 29, 1993 in Wolverhampton, England. He was a great singer and songwriter in the boy band One Direction and as a solo artist. He joined One Direction in 2010 and stayed with them until they went on indefinite hiatus in 2015. He auditioned on the British reality TV music competition show called The X Factor in 2008. He was eliminated and returned to the show in 2010. The group was formed and Simon Cowell signed them to his production company. Some of their hits included What Makes You Beautiful, Best Song Ever, Story of My Life, and Night Changes. He had a lot of health problems growing up since he was born 3 weeks early. He was a great athlete and he hoped to be an Olympic runner. His passion for singing took over his life. Later on, he began producing music and started his own publishing company. He struggled with alcohol addiction, but he eventually became sober. He never married and had 1 child. He died in October of 2024 from falling off the 3rd floor of a hotel in Argentina. He was there to attend a concert of one of his former bandmates, Niall Horan. He was 31 years old. Aaron Carter was born on December 7, 1987 in Tampa, Florida. He was a singer and an actor. He was also a songwriter and a musician. He was the younger brother of Nick Carter, who is in the Backstreet Boys. He had a twin sister named Angel. His life was an extreme roller coaster. From the outside looking in, he should have had a charmed life. How can one be quote-unquote normal when he's opening up for the Backstreet Boys at age 9? He had 4 platinum albums by the time he turned 15. He dated various actresses, models, and singers. He came out as bisexual later in life. Some of the TV shows he appeared in were Lizzie McGuire, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Dancing with the Stars, Seventh Heaven, and House of Carters, which was a reality show that followed his family around. He was also in a Broadway play in 2011 called The Fantastics. Bankruptcy, arrests, restraining orders for and against him, lawsuits, rehab, betrayal, mental illness, adult webcamming, sexual abuse, domestic violence against him. Wow, his life was chaos. His sisters Leslie and Bobby Jean both died from a drug overdose. He was arrested for a DUI in 2017. He said he suffered from multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia, acute anxiety, and manic depression. He never married and had 1 child. He was engaged at the time of his death. He died in 2022 after accidentally drowning in his bathtub because of drugs he had taken, according to the coroner's report. He was 34 years old.